Welcome to Dennis M. O'Brien Field for the annual Thanksgiving Day football game between the Whitman Hanson Panthers and the Abington Green Wave. This is the 108th playing of this contest on Thanksgiving Day game. And what a beautiful day we have here. It's a little brisk. It's in the 20s for temperature, but everybody's ready to go, and we have a giant crowd. I'm Bob Hayes, along with my broadcast partners Rich Green and Don Ford, to bring you the call of today's game. We're glad you've tuned in to the Whitman Hanson Community Access production that's being viewed in the towns of Whitman and Hanson. Momentarily, the players have taken the field, and momentarily we're going to be hearing the national anthem, and then we'll have the kickoff. Gentlemen, as always, Rich, Don, what are your predictions?
I like the Panthers. Panthers big.
Yeah, I like the Panthers at Panthers are 7-4. Abington at 8-2. So should be a great game.
Okay, well, momentarily we're going to be having the kickoff at Dennis M. O'Brien Field.
Welcome our special guest today, Abington, who we have had a special relationship with for over a century.
If you look out on the field, we have the captains getting ready to do the coin toss for today's contest. Rich, you gave me the stats. What was Whitman Hanson this year?
7-4.
In Abington?
I believe 8-3. I believe 8-3.
It's been many, many years. Like I said, when I started off the broadcast, it's 108th playing. We talked about the 100-year game, and we were both here doing it, I think. And it seemed like it was yesterday, and that was 8 years ago. Amazing how quickly time passes. Both of these teams have had a great year, great seasons, and this should be a very, very interesting contest. I know we talked about predictions, and it was Go Panthers, but I usually ask the both of you. Scores?
I'll go 28-10, Whitman Hanson.
That's a good one. I think that the weather could play a factor in today's game. I don't know how much throwing they're going to be able to do with the wind out there, but I'll put Panthers 24, Abington 17.
Well, ladies and
Close
gentlemen,
one.
you've heard the predictions from these two football experts on the broadcast, so let's see what is going to happen. We've had the toss, and it appears Whitman Hanson's going to be kicking off to Abington. There's quite a bit of excitement out here on the field on this brisk
You see
fall
the
day.
captains for the Whitman youth team are out there as well for the toss.
It's awesome that they involve all the youth groups.
I think they won the Super Bowl, the youth team.
Good evening. Welcome to
That's
Dennis
great.
O'Brien Field, home of the Whitman Hanson Panthers. We represent your 2018 team captains, Ethan Phelps,
Jacob Nixon,
Quinn Sweeney,
Mike Connors,
Ryan Schwinn. The teams playing tonight remind you that the success of high school athletics is based on the practice of good sportsmanship and behavior.
We ask that all in attendance please show respect for the game of football, its players, coaches, officials, and spectators.
Panther Pride means taking personal responsibility for keeping this
If
game
you look
at
to
a
the
high
north
level
end
of
zone,
fair play
ladies and
and
gentlemen,
conduct. Please be
you'll see
respectful
the
of our
new
facilities by
Megatron
contacting all trash disposal
scoreboard
units
that,
and designated
thanks to
barrels located along the walkways.
Athletic
In case
Director
of
Rogers,
emergency,
we have at
the
this
exit is
beautiful
located
Dennis M.
outside the
O'Brien
selection
Field.
area. We thank you for your cooperation. Enjoy tonight's game.
All right, thank you to our captains. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you for the final time this season, if you could please rise, remove your caps, and direct your attention to our scoreboard. And join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the kickoff here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field. It's a little bit chilly out here today, but we have a pretty large crowd. It's Thanksgiving Day. It's definitely a tradition here at Whitman Hanson. And we're going to be off in a second. Gentlemen, I don't think we've seen heaters on the field. This could be a first. This is following looks like a Sullivan Stadium move. I'm dating myself.
Yeah, Gillette.
Rich, did you have something to do with those heaters?
No, I didn't. Well, Well, Bob, there is 21 seniors this year for the Panthers who will be playing most of them playing in their last football game. So the extra meaning to those seniors as we get ready to play is I'm sure that the butterflies are there and they can't wait for kickoff.
Well, the Panthers will be the receiving team today, and you have 21 seniors here. Jacob Nixon, Nate Beath, Ryan Dowling, Ethan Phelps, Billy Martell, Jason Gomes, Brendan Frawley, Jake O'Brien, Mike Connors, Brandon O'Brien, Dylan McHugh, Sean Jonas, Quinn Sweeney, Bob Dower, Mason Gorman, Sean McKay, Justin Mara, Ryan Tragone, Aiden Cafferty, Ryan Schwade, and Evan Clark. 21 graduating seniors. That's awesome. It shows you how the program here at Whitman Hanson has grown. It's really a great football program. And not just a football program. All of the programs at Whitman Hanson have grown, and a lot of that has to do with the athletic director.
First and 10 for the Panthers.
And Schwade pitches it outside to Phelps. Nice defensive play by Abington to start the game. Second and 12.
Superfan that has a blanket, they can use the super seats. Any superfan that has a
Second and 12.
blanket, they
The
can
handoff. No gain. Third down.
Yeah, it was Martell.
Martell with the handoff there. Takes it back to the line.
Outside.
And Superfans, anyone who has a blanket and a Superfan card with you, you may go to the Superfan seats. Don't have a blanket? Well, the class of 2021 is actually selling them for only $30 down by the entrance. And Schwade connects. Jacob Nixon.
Okay. Yeah, Panthers get a first and 10 at their own 45. Looks like we get timeout Panthers. It's an early timeout, Rich.
Oh, 4th and 1 if they go for it here.
Oh, my bad. I thought they had the first down on the catch.
No, the Panther player signaled first down, but it was shot by.
The Panther logo that you can see in midfield.
Yeah, it's a 4th and 1 for the Panthers, pretty much midfield.
And here we go again, 4th and 1 for the Panthers.
Handoff up the middle. Looks like they get the first down.
And handoff
Ethan Phelps.
His way through for a Panther first down.
It's big to hold on the ball there for the Panthers.
Yep. The ball is right on the 50-yard line. Handoff up the middle for no gain.
And Beef gets the handoff. Wrapped up by a wave of defenders.
2nd and 10 for the Panthers. We had a loss of about a half a yard on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Panthers at the 50-yard line, midfield.
All right. Handoff to Phelps up the middle. You get about 7 yards on that.
Schwade was handing off to Phelps and about a 7-yard gain.
Got a good handoff there. Picked up about 7 on the play. Brought down by Mike Lyons and Will Klein.
It's going to bring up 3rd down for the Panthers, 3rd and about 3.
And we have flags on the play.
Get a penalty on the play.
What
So
was that penalty?
Panthers got a 3rd and long. Schwade's in the shotgun.
Handoff was to Connors.
Replay rolling on 1. Roll that replay. It's rolling.
And with 4th and 7 here, Panthers are forced to punt.
Just pull with that. Don't. I already pulled the HDMI and it's still doing it even with the HDMI out. That's weird. The HDMI isn't even connected. The HDMI isn't even connected.
And a high snap.
Oh, bad snap on the punt. Beat had to fall on it. Abington's going to take over on the 30-yard line.
2-yard line, I believe. Maybe 33.
Why is this off? No, I just pulled it from Marcus. Replays on 1. Roll that replay. Roll it. Replays on 1. Yeah.
Talking now. Is there anything going on here? You can hear it. You can hear it outside? Should we just chill?
And the boss here's throw. Broken up. Sean Jonas in there to make the initial tip away. And the handoff to Klein to the outside. CJ Giuliani, first one there to kind of force him out.
Are you guys talking up there? Talent? Guys, they want you to get on headset. Talent? You guys there? Stand by one.
Yeah, we're here. Hello.
Yeah, don't talk back to me because you're being recorded on the. I just didn't know if you guys were talking or not.
Give it a third and long. Abington, looks like there's a fumble. Yep. Panthers recover. Yeah, Panthers recovered an Abington fumble. So they take over at the 25-yard line.
Guys, please shut that up there. Whoever just opened it.
Good shot, too. It's a run.
And Schwade to Phelps. Picks up a few.
Roll that play. Roll that play.
I believe that was Gabe Spry on the tackle.
You guys okay up there? No commentators?
And Nick B.
Play on one. Roll it.
Powerful run there. He drags a few tacklers forward for a couple more yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 4 here for the Panthers. And Phelps dives forward, still short of the first down. Beath comes out to kick. And Abington takes a quick timeout. Back to receive for Abington is Klein and LaBossiere. Abington gets the ball to the 35. Looked like every Panther on the field was in on that one. And Ryan Trungone and Quinn Sweeney. They put an end to that play. It's going to be 2nd and 9 here for Abington.
Bossier again on the keep, and I believe that Ryan Trungone once again was in there.
Should be bringing up 3rd down and about 6.
Someone told me it might be Trungone, but it's actually, the E is silent, I found out last week.
Tragone was in on that stop. It's 3rd and 6. Another run by the Green Wave, a gain of about 3 on the play.
Again fights his way forward, but he is shy.
Going to bring up 4th down and about 3 for the Green Wave. They've got to make a decision here. They're close to midfield.
4th and 3 here for Abington.
4th down and approximately 3. Question might be is they're going to go for it. Defense has got to come up big here and stop them. Quarterback rolls out, feels the pressure. Play's broken up. Quarterback was almost sacked from the defensive pressure.
There by number 32, Brendan Frawley.
Going to turn over on downs. Going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
And the Panthers will take over with a short field. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Minute 43 left here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field with the score. Your Whitman Hanson Panthers 0, Abington Green Wave 0. Panthers running up the middle, and the signal is there was a fumble on the play. It's pretty cold out there today and hard to hold onto this ball. It appears that the Green Wave has recovered the fumble. They're going to see the D back on the field. I think we're going to see some turnovers today, gentlemen. It's pretty hard to hold on to that football with 20-degree weather out here.
Careful and aware and vigilant as you're walking around the field today. As there may be some black ice. I don't know if you've noticed, it's cold and water freezes.
We're having a few
technical difficulties today, huh?
Stop there by the
Exactly.
defense.
1st and 10 for the Green Wave.
I believe that was Colin Leary on the handoff. It's
2nd and 10.
now.
I'm corrected.
Coming down to under a minute in the first period.
Scoreless first quarter. Oh, nice play.
And pitch to the outside, Leary again.
Looked like a tackle was made by Connors.
Frawley and Sweeney and sweep to the left. Came up nice.
Tackle from behind.
Tackle was made by Quinn Sweeney from behind.
3rd and long.
Third and just about 10 here for Abington.
It's a big 3rd down, gentlemen. 3rd and about 9 yards to go for 1st down.
Yeah, timeout Abington. Or was it the period? It's quarter.
The end of the first period here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field. The score is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 0, Abington Green Wave 0.
8 seconds. 8 seconds on the clock.
Abington called timeout because of the wind factor.
Well, there's 8 seconds put back on the clock, so
They want to run one more play with the wind at their back. The wind is going from right to left. Expect a pass. There it is.
pass looks like it might have been completed.
Yeah, it is. Complete first down.
Great.
Lavazier's pass is complete.
Great catch.
First down Green Wave, right at midfield.
Colby Augusta.
2 seconds left.
That picks up a Green Wave first down.
That will do it for the first quarter.
To the end of the first quarter here with nothing to score.
Well, even though we're having a few technical difficulties, gentlemen, it's been a pretty mundane first quarter. But considering how cold it is out there.
A couple of fumbles due to the weather.
Well, the Panthers will have the wind at their back for this quarter. Definitely a factor out there. It's blowing probably 20, gusting to 30 miles an hour out there. Guys, I read a story in the Globe the other day about back in 1978 when Dennis M. O'Brien lost his life back in September of 1978, which has been 40 years ago. Coach Kelleher for Abington made a gesture to the Whitman Hanson coach Bob Bancroft that no matter who won the game that year, the trophy would stay with Whitman Hanson. Even though Whitman Hanson didn't win the game, it was decided before the game on behalf of Jim Kelleher that the trophy would stay with Whitman Hanson in honor of Dennis M. O'Brien. So that was quite a gesture.
That's an awesome gesture.
That was nice. Oh.
And Lavazier's
Pass was thrown long.
Number 4, Will Klein.
Goes incomplete.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was a matter of inches right there.
That was a pretty good pass into the wind.
Into the wind.
That's the first deep ball we've seen today, and you got to wonder if these conditions are playing into that. If you notice, it's cold. It is currently 18 degrees outside. But have no fear, it's projected to get up to 20. So you get that going for you.
That should bring up a third and about 6 for the Green Wave.
Forced out of bounds or rushed out of bounds there by Nixon and Martell.
The crew working this Whitman Hanson Community Access production includes Executive Director Eric Dresser, Kevin Tocci, Ryan Tully, Amy Broderick, Carol Brewster, and Paul Watson. Your director for today's production is Mark Rocheteau. Also, we have James Cullity here with us today, braving this cold. It's a big play for the defense for the Panthers. They've got to come up big. It's third and about 6. Runs it up the middle. Gets stopped by a host of Panther defense, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
And handoff up the middle once again. Pack of Panthers there. Into the mix per usual.
4th and about 5 for the Green Wave. Now the question is, does Coach Kelleher go for it, or do they punt it away?
Looks like he's going.
We got about 4
No, it looks like he's gonna punt it.
Wasn't it Duxbury that the punter was also passing the ball a couple of different times, fake punts?
Yeah, it's the style of punt that they use.
Yeah, the high snap. Ouch!
Why would you do that? Looks like it might have been a fumble, and the
It is.
referees.
It's Abington ball. Yeah, he tried to pick it up in traffic and. The
And the fumble
It's going to be first and 10, Greenway.
Yeah, Abington offense back on the field at the
recovered by Abington is going to give him a very
about the
short
15-yard line.
It's going to be first and 10 from the 15-yard line. And Gabe Spry made contact with Ethan Phelps to stop him there. What a play by senior Ryan Downing.
Giant stop. The ball was handed off after it was picked up, and Downing made a giant stop on that play.
By Nate Beath.
After an awesome kick by Beath. Pins the green wave deep. Bring up first and 10 from about the 14-yard line.
About 4.5 minutes left in the first half.
We had a little bit of technical difficulties here.
Jacob Nixon.
Not only do the players not like this cold weather, but I don't believe the equipment likes the cold weather. So there's a little drop-off in the game, and here at Whitman Hanson Community Access, we apologize for that. But we are back live at Dennis M. O'Brien Field with 4:29 left in the first half.
They may have liked it better when it was quiet, Bob.
Yeah, possibly. No, I had my two broadcast partners with a big score looking, and it's 0-0 so far here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field.
Didn't account for all these fumbles.
Turnovers are definitely going to play a big part in this game because, as you know, it's difficult to hold on to that ball when it's 18 degrees and a 20-mile-an-hour wind in your face.
Yeah.
That pass was thrown incomplete, bringing up a 3rd and 10 for Green Wave.
3rd and 10 now for Abington.
This is interesting because they're deep in their end, so if we can hold here, we should get good field position.
Panther defense has been on the field pretty much the whole half. It's 3rd and 10. This is a big stop. Panthers need a stop right here. Rich, I'm not sure if we heard about the Kelleher story because we were in and out in the first part of the game.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the second half. We'll go over that again.
And another time
awesome.
on the field.
I just didn't know if either Don or Bob wanted to try to recap what happened while we were off the air.
Well, it was interesting. As we say, we're having these technical difficulties. We had a couple of turnovers by the Panthers. They had a punt that didn't go quite right, and that was a turnover, and the defense came up big on the 3-yard line, stopping the Green Wave from going in for a score. And then the Green Wave turned the ball over, and the Panthers recovered and started to march down the field, and they got stopped. Then Nate Beef came up huge with a big punt, and Ryan Downing pinned the Green Wave back at the 10-yard line where they are currently. It was a giant tackle as the Green Wave tried to pull a little flea flicker and hand the ball off to the other receiver. And Downing wasn't having it. They didn't fool him at all. He tackled him. It was a giant play pinning the Green Wave, and it brings up 3rd and long.
They've seen that play before, and I know that they've used it in the past where they either fake the handoff or they give it to the other player to go around the end. The Panthers were ready for that.
I think you're going to see it aired out. Quarterback almost got sacked.
Yeah, incomplete pass.
Took a big hit from Sweeney.
Panthers should have great field position here.
Panther defense, Mikey Connors, Quinn Sweeney.
Get over 4 minutes left in the half.
4th down for Abington.
Are you saying, Mr. Ford, that you don't think that Kelleher will go for it 4th and 10 deep in?
You never know with Coach Kelleher, but my guess is he'll punt.
And again, Martell, the man back to receive the punt.
Abington always has a lot of tricky plays, though.
Snaps up. Good punt.
Yeah.
Going to mark it at about the 34.
Great field position for the Whitman Hanson Panther offense.
Now he's moving back. I'm not sure. He looks like now he's back to the 34.
Yeah. Yeah, great opportunity here.
I think he was looking at his compass and he was trying to figure out.
So that's where the Panthers will take over.
Well, Rich, was he kicking into the wind?
I believe the wind is blowing against him on that. Yeah.
Panthers are in great field position. Schwade hands off to Phelps. Phelps gets to the outside. Runs for about 15.
And Phelps takes to the outside. Nice stiff arm. Gain a few more yards. He does pick up Panther 1st down.
That's a big play after Ethan taking the big hit on their last series.
I could feel that hit up here, Rich.
Well, he shook it off and he ran for a nice gain there.
Yeah, on a cold day that had to hurt, huh?
Phelps is a pretty tough kid, as we know. We've watched him all season.
1st down on the 20.
Hand off to Connors.
There he goes.
And Mikey Connors.
Connors runs for a Panther 1st down.
His way up the middle. Another big 1st down for Whitman Hanson.
Looks like it's 1st and goal.
Just under 4 minutes to go till half.
Wait, turn this all like up and then about halfway.
Beef is in.
Ball's handed off to Beef, and Beef goes in for a Whitman Hanson touchdown.
Panthers draw first blood. There goes Jake O'Brien for the point after.
With 3:41 left in the 1st half here, and after a lot of technical difficulties with this cold weather, the score is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 6, Abington Green Wave 0. Jake O'Brien's back to kick.
And Jake the Snake coming out for the extra point.
Even kicking that ball today has got to hurt. Snaps up.
Ooh. No, kick's no good.
Kicks a little left.
But that's all right. Panthers
first on the board here. They now lead 6-0 with under 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Sorry, who had that touchdown? Nate Wheat.
3 minutes and 41 seconds left here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field. The score is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 6, Abington Green Wave 0.
Kick was no good? No. I would give you a hug and a fist pump, but I've been a little sick, so you should sit down.
Well, Rich, as you said, Whitman Hanson drew first blood here. Turnovers are definitely going to play a factor in today's game. I don't think I've seen this many fumbles in one game. We haven't seen that many all year.
Yeah, well, it gets cold. The ball's hot and slippery.
Some of it, they got a few kind of process. How are you guys?
I like to see a lot of the kids have short sleeves on, you know, old-fashioned, tough kids, huh?
Yeah, they were walking around in shorts earlier up at the school before,
Yeah.
as they were getting ready for the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cold out there. Up here in the booth, it's pretty warm, but it's still a little chilly up here.
No.
Quite a change in field position on that one kick.
Whoa.
Wow, a giant tackle by Phelps.
There's a payback.
Yeah.
And Tom Furness.
It was a short, kind of a short field kick. Looked like it might have been a little bit intentional, hoping for a turnover.
A little bit of a pooch kick, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ethan laid the wood to him.
And Phelps ran that one down.
As you can see with this new replay screen we've got, it's incredible. That kid catches the ball and Phelps he looked up and Phelps was there. What a great tackle. It's been a pleasure actually watching this team all year, the opportunities that we've had to see these Panther players really playing it all. Handoffs to 22, and he gets stuffed by Quinn Sweeney. Sweeney throws him for about a 7 or 8 yard loss. What a fabulous tackle.
For a big loss.
Yeah, looking back over the season, Bob, I mean, they beat some good teams. They beat New Bedford early in the year, Marshfield, Bridgewater, Raynham.
Even the Duxbury and Hingham games were winnable games. I mean, they weren't runaways. People talk about football and great teams. Whitman Hanson played Hingham very tough. That could have gone either way, and even the Duxbury game. I think that was the game where Phelps was out. And,
had some bad turnovers, too, at bad times.
Yeah.
Well, screen pass, well read there
It's a
by the
little
defense.
They dump the ball down to Leary again.
Brings up third and about 14.
I think Beef was the one that was the first one in there.
Timeout.
So 3rd and 13 now.
2:38 left here in the first half. Score is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 6, Abington Green Wave 0. The defense has really been on the field a lot this first half, and they've been doing fabulous. If you just looked at that play before that where Sweeney stuffed them for a big loss. It's 3rd and long here. Looks like Abington may be going to come up with some sort of a trick play.
Still a lot of time left. 2:38. Stop him here.
Third and long. They're going to pass the ball. Quarterback almost gets sacked
it's gonna
again.
get picked off. Oh,
Ball gets almost picked off. Got knocked out of.
Billy Martell had a.
Martell almost had a big interception there.
He did.
That was intended for Klein again. But that's going to bring up 4th and long.
I must say, there's actually a pretty decent crowd here for the weather conditions.
It's a fabulous crowd. High snap, almost blocked. Takes a green wave bounce.
Big roll, yeah. A lot of roll.
Well, he's not going to get near it again after what happened
Nice kick there.
earlier in the game.
Rich, is that called live and learn?
21-yard line.
That's called having the coach tell you when you come to the sideline, don't do that again.
Well, it's 1st and 10. You're going to see the Panther offense take the field.
We're going to play the cheerleaders winning. Actually, no, we'll do the cheerleaders first. That way it doesn't get too short. So we direct your attention to the scoreboard. We're going to do it almost immediately. Tell everybody this halftime is going to be relatively short.
And folks, because of today's conditions and everything, we're going to try to keep the halftime relatively short. We will be starting right away watching the cheerleading performance.
Schwade hands it off to Phelps. Phelps is going to the outside.
He's still
Now
going.
he's back in the inside.
Yeah, he's got a lane. He's going.
Phelps is going.
Schwade with a nice block in front.
Oh, nice run.
What a run, guys. Are you kidding me?
Finally chases him down.
It's about a 60-yard game.
Yeah,
I think that was enough to pick up a first down.
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No flags on the play, so,
He picked up a lot of nice blocks along the way there.
well, he was on the 20-yard line, and now he's on the 10, so.
And the replay's up on the board there. Some great running by Phelps, but some of that might not have been possible without those lead blocks.
Did you see that block by Schwade when he got out in front of him? Unbelievable.
Yeah, he had a
He had
number
a
of
timeout on the field.
nice blocks there.
And Abington's going to take a timeout. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the half.
Big series for the Panthers if they can punch it in here before half.
And we got more rally pictures, Tuesday's rally.
We've got a timeout and a break in the action here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field with 1:56 left in the first half. Go Whitman Hanson Panthers 6, Abington Green Wave 0. We've had a little bit more action here in the second period than we did in the first. The first period was riddled with a lot of turnovers on both sides. The Panther defense was on the field quite a bit of the first period.
Yeah, they had some tough field position. Abington had first and goal, but we turned them away and get a chance to open it up a little bit here.
Rich, who did Abington just lose to?
I believe they lost to Cohasset.
Was it Cohasset?
Yeah. That was in the finals of the Division 5, I believe, of the playoffs.
First and goal from about the 9. Ball gets handed to Connors.
He picks up a couple.
And some number 42 action going on there. Gabe Spry brings down Mikey
See that?
Connors.
42 for Abington. He's been hitting people.
That's Gabe Spry, number 42 for the Green Wave.
Panther end zone if they want to get a closer look at the two cheerleading performances. State champions and Abington was runner-up. Abington was a regional champion.
Schwade's back there with Phelps, hands it off to Phelps. Phelps tries to get outside for a couple yard gain.
Takes it outside. Again, that's Gabe Spry on the tackle.
Bring up 3rd and goal.
It'll be 3rd and goal here for the Panthers. And again, as we've said at halftime,
Clock's
we'll see
running.
the cheerleading performance. We'll see Abington's running up performance. If you'd like to get closer down to the Panther,
We're into
you can
just
get
under a
closer look.
minute. Clock's ticking away, 50 seconds. I think we're in four down territory here.
No field goal.
I don't know. Schwade on the keeper. He gets stopped. Going to bring up 4th down.
And Schwade keeps that one himself.
I think they're going to have to try a kick.
We have a timeout.
Timeout, yeah.
There
Timeout,
by
Panthers.
Jared Cole for 55 for Abington.
35 seconds left in the first half.
And timeout on the field, 4th down.
We have a lot of brave souls here watching the game. The end zone's full. The stands are pretty full. The cheerleaders are out here in force. So the weather didn't scare anybody away.
On the scoreboard are pictures from our parade. Oh, we get up there before you say it. Pictures from the parade of champions.
The question is to you, gentlemen, is Coach Driscoll going to go for the field goal or is he going to go for the touchdown?
I see Jake out there. I think he's going to go for the 3. Be a huge kick here if he can make it. Give him a 2-possession lead right before half.
Looks like Jake O'Brien's going to be kicking the ball.
It's about a 23 or 4-yard field goal.
Schwade, the holder. It's away, and it looks good.
He's got that one.
Oh, that's good.
Jake O'Brien kicks the field goal for a 3-pointer with 28.3 seconds left here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field. The score is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 9, Green Wave 0.
That might have been good from 40.
Yeah, there was plenty there.
Hit that one good.
I'm just saying for when I get ready.
So, Talon, don't forget at halftime you guys are going to be talking over some static shots. You will reminisce of the year and highlights from your memories. Maybe a little more.
Okay, we have 28.3 seconds left here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field. Panthers are going to be kicking to the Green Wave. I think O'Brien's going to try to kick it deep and make the offense work with 28 seconds left.
Would you say 28? Just give him a 40.
O'Brien kicks it. Looks like it might have been recovered by the
loose.
Panthers.
Still
The ball is loose everywhere.
Still loose.
Panthers are signaling
Yeah,
Whitman
we
Hanson
got the
ball.
ball.
That's a big, big turnover. Very similar, though, happened in the first period to the Panthers. Big, big turnover for the Panthers with 22 seconds left.
Some great special teams play here by the Panthers.
It'd be big, big if the Panthers score here.
22 seconds left to go in the half. The Panthers are sitting nicely at the 23-yard line.
Here's your 40-yard field goal, Rich.
You're right, Don. It could be a shot at it. Maybe try a pass to the end zone. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Tom
Nice
Brady.
play. He's open. He's going to go in. He's going to score. Yes.
Phelps,
Oh.
flea flicker. Phelps throws it to Schwade. Schwade goes in for the touchdown.
Look like the
12 seconds left. What a play that was. That's reminiscent of, didn't we see that?
Patriots run that
game?
play. Schwade made it better than Brady, though.
Yeah, Schwade caught the ball.
He caught it, then he ran with it.
Big, big play. We're getting the opportunity here to see the replay. If you look to the north end of the field.
I think you get that.
O'Brien kicks the extra point.
Good job.
It's amazing how 30-odd seconds changed that score by a lot with 12.7 seconds left in the first half here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field. The score is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 16, Abington Green Wave 0.
They can't hear us.
You're going to see O'Brien out to kick off again.
And you can see that replay up
We're
on
looking at the
scoreboard.
replay, and it shows Phelps to Schwade. Schwade runs it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same play the Patriots run.
And that was Ethan Phelps connecting to Ryan Schwade once again.
How far was that, would you say? 20?
They were on the 20-yard line on that play. It was about a 20-yard gain.
21-yard line that they were at.
Great play. Great call by Coach Driscoll.
12 seconds. Time for another score.
Great execution, too.
I don't know. That one only took 10 seconds. It was 22.8 on the clock when that offense took the field. 10 seconds later, 7-point difference. O'Brien tries the other side of the field. .2, and you're going to see the Green Wave got about in time for one play.
Colin Leary. One of the Panthers in on the play there I saw was number
Rich, you think
59,
they got to go for the
Mason
end zone, huh?
They might take a knee on this one.
If anyone is interested, including the cheerleaders for both sides, to watch the state championship performances, now would be a good time to head down to the end zone to get a closer look.
7 seconds left.
Again,
They've
that
got
does
enough
include
time
the
to run
cheerleaders if
one.
you wanna go down. Now would
You
be
know
the
they've
time
got to be
head
going for the
starting
for
at
the
right
end
away.
zone. Quarterback's getting chased out of bounds.
And the Bucs
Time
are
runs
chased
out.
of
That's
bounds
the half.
by Brendan Frawley, and that's going to do it for the first half
The
here.
score at halftime,
And your Whitman
Panthers
Hanson Panthers
16
lead this one,
in the Abington
16
Green Wave
nothing.
0. Stay tuned for our halftime shows. We're going to be
I'm gonna ask you
recapping
immediately to
some of
direct
the
your
first
attention
half,
to
and
the
some of the
scoreboard as
year,
we're playing the
some of the year
viewing performance
with
on
the Whitman
the
Hanson Panthers.
17 times already.
Starting out, Rich, first game.
First game was against Smashfield at home. They played well. They won that one, and they went 1-0 on the year. And then second game, they played New Bedford at home, and they won that one 9-6 on a Jake O'Brien late field goal.
Wasn't that the game where it happened right at the end, like with 2 seconds, or they ran the clock out with that field goal and they won the game 9-6?
That is true, yeah.
That was unbelievable. Then third game, where'd we go off to?
That was Hingham.
That's right, too. You and I were at that game, Don, the Hingham game.
Yep.
That was where Hingham had those two big, tall receivers,
Yeah, Hingham.
and they were throwing the ball quite a bit.
Hingham was pretty good.
And then with Hingham, what was after the Hingham game?
We lost the Hingham game. Then we
Home here to Duxbury, I believe.
was that back to back?
I believe, or the Plymouth.
No, Quincy, I think, was in
Quincy,
between.
you're right.
Yeah, we fairly easy game with Quincy.
Yep.
And then after the Quincy game, it was Duxbury, wasn't it?
Correct.
And we were home for that game, if I remember correct.
That's true.
Yeah, we had a rough game with Duxbury.
And then after Duxbury,
That was the Plymouth North, I believe.
Plymouth
Oh,
North.
Silver Lake. No, it was Silver Lake. I think it was Silver Lake.
And then after Silver Lake, it was Plymouth North, wasn't it? It was kind of a
Yeah.
brisk night that night.
Yeah, we were down in Plymouth North. It was a chilly night, but and they had a real good game at Plymouth North. I think Ethan Phelps scored 3 touchdowns in that game.
It's been a very, very interesting season. It's been exciting watching these Panthers. As Rich said earlier, we have 21 graduating seniors on this crew.
A lot of experience, a lot of kids who have played a lot of 2- and 3-year starters here. I think they had a little bit higher their expectations for the season, but that's the way it goes.
Well, they did make the playoffs. They lost their playoff game, but
that was when we were in Attleboro, I believe, on that old school field.
Yeah.
The grass field.
Yes, it was. That was a winnable game too. It just didn't go their way.
Well, we had if I remember correctly, we had a suspect call as the Panthers were marching down the field.
We did. Yeah, I think they made a first down on a 4th down and get called back.
Yeah, the MIAA seeding when they first came out, it was believed that the Panthers were going to get a home game.
Let's make some noise for the Abington cheerleaders. What an outstanding season they had.
Yeah, that was it was pretty interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Whitman Hanson cheerleaders.
And then we have a video that's made by my broadcast partner here, Mr. Green. Put a ton of time into this unbelievable video, kind of capping what's gone on with the Panthers and the cheerleaders and just this whole group this season. I want to thank Rich. He spends a tremendous amount of time here doing Whitman Hanson events, not just football. He does many, many sports year-round. So, Rich, thank you for what you do for Whitman Hanson. It means a lot to these young athletes, and it means a lot to the parents and the people watching. It gives them a better idea of what's going on. So,
thanks, Bob. I appreciate that.
Well, it does, Rich. I mean, it's something to be said about that. And it's all good.
Yep.
So we're going to have kind of a shortened up halftime here because of the weather. But as you can see, Whitman Hanson didn't opt to do a Wednesday night game. We decided we'd tough it out in the weather and come down and keep the tradition alive. So thanks to our athletic director here, Bob Rogers, who keeps us right on target here. As I said, if it wasn't for Bob, we wouldn't have that Jumbotron screen sponsored by a lot of people in the community that paid. If you would like to advertise anything on it, because it's not just for football events, there's plenty of stuff that you can advertise. You just contact Bob Rogers at Bob Rogers, WHRSD, Robert Rogers, .Rogers at WHRSD.org. Or you can contact the front office and they'll track Mr. Rogers down, so he would be glad to put your ads up and help support these athletes here at Whitman Hanson Regional School District. I have Superintendent Simonak with me up here in the booth. He just came up to warm up. Jeff, have you got anything to say to these people here today?
Hey, thanks, Bob. Everybody here is enjoying a great game, even though it's a little chilly. Everybody's got their thermals on, and I think we're going to come up on top. Again, I just want to echo your support for the community with athletics, academics, and we're looking forward to a nice, restful Thanksgiving and right into our holiday season. So thanks for the few minutes of time.
Again, that was Superintendent Simonak. Superintendent and the Assistant Superintendent, Judge Farrow, have been instituting a lot of changes here in the Whitman Hanson Regional School District, and it's all positive stuff, such as Teacher of the Week and different programs and different stuff. They're all working in concert, which is wonderful, and it's been really a fabulous year here at Whitman Hanson. So everybody should be proud to be called a Panther. Both teams, what do you think the coaches are saying to the kids, Rich, at halftime, other than rub your hands together and get warm?
Well, let's say
And now, ladies
Back
and
in
gentlemen, on the scoreboard,
2016,
a salute
when
to
the
our
game was
senior
played here,
football players and
Panthers were
cheerleaders.
down 21-0, if you
Oh,
remember,
yeah.
at halftime.
Yeah. That was a
And,
great game.
You wondered what the coach happened to say to the players, because the Panthers ended up coming back and winning that game 29-28.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you remember.
That was-
So I don't know what Coach Kelleher is telling his team, but I'm sure he's telling them the game is not over.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So, the Panthers kind of have to come out, and they're going to have to play another strong second half.
Well, speaking of Coach Kelleher, I don't know, because of the technical difficulties we were having in the first half, if the people viewing this Whitman Hanson Community Access production heard the story of Kelleher and in the years of Dennis M. O'Brien. If you'd like to give us a little quick repeat on that, Rich.
Sure. I was reading an article in the Boston Globe about how back 40 years ago, when Dennis O'Brien got killed, an unfortunate incident here at the high school, that Coach Kelleher was coaching at the time. This is 45th year. He was coaching at the time in 1978, and it was he had met with Coach Bancroft before the game, and said that no matter what happened during the game, that the trophy for that year was going to stay with Whitman Hanson, no matter who won the game. So I thought that was quite a gesture. The Panthers did win the game, but again, it was one of those things that Coach Kelleher had a lot of respect for Dennis O'Brien and for Bob Bancroft, and they talked about it, and Coach Kelleher said, you know what, the trophy's going to stay at Whitman Hanson no matter what happens. So it's
nice
quite a nice gesture.
Yeah, it was an awesome gesture. As you probably know, Kelleher, I think, is in his 45th year coaching the Green Wave. And the Kelleher family's pretty big in Abington. And also, we have some Kellehers that moved over here to Whitman. So it's a deep tradition of football, and especially Thanksgiving. If you talk about what goes on in this traditional contest that we usually have here. I remember back in the years, Rich, Donnie, you must remember that, when they have somebody stay here because they paint the Panther green.
Oh, yeah.
That happened a few times. So, and I think Coach Kelleher, if I remember correctly, has painted his hair green quite a few times.
Yeah, he has. I don't know if he's got the green hair this year or not.
I'm pretty sure he probably does, but it's probably covered with a couple of layers of hats.
I don't know. I've seen him with shorts on in cold days than before.
Well, there was, I don't think it was rumor. I think it was fact that Kelleher would sleep over the high school the night before the game. Yeah, it was. I believe that was happening.
I believe I read also that it was 2006 that he started with the green hair, but I guess he did it, and it wasn't anything that he told anybody about. And I guess they were in the locker room before the game, and I guess he had his hat on, and he took it off, and I guess the players went crazy. And it was just one of those things that now it's a kind of a tradition. So.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, we have Coach Driscoll here at Whitman Hanson. He's in his 8th year, I believe, or finishing up his 8th year. But before Coach Driscoll was a head coach here, he was a head coach for many, many years at youth level. So he probably coached some of the very kids that are here today in a youth level capacity. I mean, he's got many years, but 8 years here as a head coach. And
That's a nice spot, yeah.
There's something to be said about that. I mean, you've got Driscoll's the head coach. You got Keith Sweeney, Zach Costa, Paul Scarpelli, Matt Rodman, Chris Coleclaw, Jerry Thompson Jr., John Rosen, and Dan Moriarty are all assistant coaches with Driscoll. Makes up a pretty big staff, and they do a great job with these boys. I mean, think about this as they all come out. They're volunteers. They come out and spend their time, not just on 18-degree Thanksgiving Day games, every day after school. It's a huge commitment that all of these coaches do for these young men, and as you can see, it shows. So kudos to the coaches, and I hope they have an unbelievable Thanksgiving Day.
A lot of those coaches you just read off were former players here. They've been living living the dream here for a long time.
Yeah, I was actually watching the 2012 game played over in Abington, and Jerry Thompson Jr. had quite a play over there.
Yeah.
Where it was on a kickoff, and he actually just took the ball right away from the Abington receiver and just took it and ran down the field and scored a touchdown.
Now I know Abington won last year, and that was the game you're talking about where Panthers came back and won 2 years ago.
Last year
so
we were over in Abington last year, and they lost 23-12.
Right.
And then 2015 they won when Nick Smith was over in Abington and ran for like 300 yards or something like that.
So for the seniors here, they're 1-1 with Abington. This is the rubber game.
Yep, for a lot of the seniors, yeah.
Well, this contest is far from over. As you can see, the Panthers are taking the field. We've got about a minute before kickoff. We've been trying to recap their season at length here, but it's been just a fabulous year watching these young men and women play this great game that we all enjoy seeing, whether you're seeing it on a amateur level at a high school or whether you're watching the Patriots, or today being Thanksgiving Day games, you're going to be watching some of those games. So we'll be right back with the kickoff here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field in about 30 seconds. I don't see anybody leaving, Rich. I think 16-0. Everybody's going to continue here. We've got, even at 18 degrees, we've got a packed house here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field.
Well, I know the turkey wouldn't be ready where I'm going, so I'm going to hang out here for the second half.
Well, I think Abington gets the ball to start the second half, so if they can do something, it will be a game.
My wife was trying to opt to put me outside in one of those fryer-later cookers and stand outside with 18 degrees, and I said, not happening. So when I left this morning, I knew the turkey was in the oven. I could smell it.
Nothing better than that.
Nope. And we're going to be back at the action. Green Wave is just coming out. They're taking the field. I think you're going to see the action start momentarily here.
I gotta go count money and stuff. You guys have a great Thanksgiving. If I don't, when are you guys going home? If I don't go to Vegas, I'll call you guys. Maybe we'll come. All right. Same here. Yeah, thank you too. This is just good, just the way it is right now. Leaving this the way it is. All right.
Okay. Just a quick before we get started in the second half. The action's ready to go. Both teams have taken the field, and the score is, at the beginning of the second half, your Whitman Hanson Panthers 16, Abington Green Wave 0. We're going to find out real soon, Rich, what Coach Kelleher and Coach Driscoll had to say to these boys. We had a quick scoring at the last 30 seconds of the first half. Panthers got some quick points. O'Brien set to kick off.
They've had some pretty good luck with those short pooch kicks.
Kicking that ball's got to be like kicking a rock.
You're right. Right. Just checking Dartford if you need any help in here. I'm right here for you. Oh, you need a chain crew? Yeah, they're not there for that.
We just had a little visit up here from Renee Smith, Turbo's mother. We talked about Turbo a few games ago.
Yeah.
The game that he ran for about 300 yards, Rich. That's incredible.
Yeah, Abington's going to have the wind at their backs for the third, and the Panthers will have it for the fourth.
Well, I think you're going to see Abington try to come right out and score some points quick to get back in this contest.
Oh, boy.
There it is again. Ball's loose.
It's all,
And it's bouncing around. I don't know who's got the ball.
we do.
Oh.
Ref
Abington.
ref
Abington's got it.
signaled Abington's got it.
There had to be
And we got
Another
another flag on the
flag.
field.
There had to be 5, 6 guys from each team have a shot at that one.
See what they're calling here.
And to open up the second half,
It might be against Abington. Might be against
like a little
Abington.
game of Plinko there.
I don't know.
It was ruled that Abington did recover. There were flags on the field.
Could be offsetting again. All right, Mr.
It
Referee.
looks like it's going to be against the Green Wave.
It is.
15-yarder. There might have been a little extracurricular activity on that.
No. Definitely not the way that the Green Wave wanted to start.
Well, it pins him back around the.
He didn't give a signal, did he?
And so another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there on the Green Wave, pushes them back 15.
Okay. I think you're going to see the Green Wave maybe start to air this out a little bit.
Ball's
Oh,
loose.
Ball's loose again.
Panthers got it this time.
And
Oh, boy.
the fumble is recovered by Nate Beef, number 9 of the Panthers. Deep in, that's a great.
And just like that, the Panthers are in scoring position.
Panthers recovered that ball on about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, jeez. I believe Abington is 8-2. This will be
It looks like
a
they're
rough
at the
day.
14-yard line.
Ball was recovered on the 14. I don't think that's what Coach Kelleher wanted to see.
It's not the start he planned.
But in their defense, it's not an easy thing to do. Ball's run by number 9, Nate Beef, for a short gain.
And Beef takes a handoff there. Picks up a couple.
Going to bring up second and about 8 for the Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers are in no hurry here, leading 16-0. Ball deep in Abington territory.
We still got a lot of game to go. Ball's handed off to Phelps. Phelps is trying to get to the outside. He's stopped by number 42, Gabe Spry.
They're in the tackle.
Brings up third down. About a 3 or 4 yard loss on the play. We might see that 40-yard field goal yet, Rich.
Yeah.
This one would be into the wind, I believe.
Looks like the wind might have slowed down a little bit, just based on the tapes here.
Brings up third and about 9. Schwade's back to pass. Throws the ball incomplete, intended for number 10.
And Schwade's pass.
Downing, Ryan Downing.
Tried to squeeze it into Abington, between 2 Abington defenders.
Brings up fourth down.
Fourth down.
Yeah, here comes the kicker.
This actually would be a huge three points here to make it 19.
O'Brien takes the field.
Let's hope nothing crazy happens here.
28-yard field goal. Oh, we got
It's
blocked.
That's what I was thinking. Well, at least it just went out of bounds.
And the kick is blocked.
Okay.
Abington.
We're going to have a possession change here with
special teams play
9
there.
minutes left in the third period. After the Green Wave fumbled the ball and Panthers recovered, There was no blood on that.
No, Abington defense toughened up, made the stop.
And Abington offense will come back
I'm
out.
gonna say the biggest play in the game so far is the fumble down on the goal line by Abington.
Yeah, when they had the first and goal.
First and goal, and the Panthers recovered it after nobody knew where the ball was.
Panther defense has been coming up pretty big, and they've been on the field quite a bit, but they've been stopping play pretty good. Fumble again.
Is that ball out?
Ball's out. And the signal is Panthers have recovered on another fumble.
That was a pretty good run, too. I think he had the first down, didn't he?
He did have the first down.
Yeah, ball's recovered by Keith Sweeney, it appears. Sweeney's having an unbelievable game for the last game of his senior year. I mean, if you remember correctly, he's been in on the quarterback, putting the pressure on him the whole game. He sacked him a couple of times.
Yeah, he's had a good year. The defense has played pretty well all season, most of the part.
Yes, they have.
I also read earlier, too, that if Mike Connors, I think if he had 12 or 13 tackles today, he was going to have back-to-back seasons with over 100 tackles.
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. He's been a little banged up, too, I think, this year.
Yeah, it's been a tough season for a couple of the seniors.
Well, there's going to be some boys this afternoon that
tough run. Didn't gain much, but
he didn't give up.
Nope.
Trying to strip the ball, too.
And Phelps.
Going to bring up second down. It appears they don't want Phelps to get to the outside and get that running room because Phelps is pretty quick. If you notice, he accelerates right to full speed in about 3 strides.
Yeah, that's probably one of the things that Kelleher talked about at halftime was get number 17 when he's got the ball.
Exactly.
Good advice.
Schwade's back to pass.
He's open.
Throws it
he's
to
open.
wide open. Oh.
Just bounced out of his hand.
Pass was intended for Martell. He was wide open.
Yeah, it's a good pass. Hit him in the hands.
Third down.
It's like catching a rock, though.
Oh, of
That's
course
true.
it is.
That is true.
It's going to bring up third and about 9. Panthers need to come up with a score here on these fumbles to make the points work. It's getting closer to what you two predicted. Don was 28-10 and Rich was 24-17. Pass was thrown complete to Ryan Downing.
Yeah, a little screen pass.
About a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, you got a couple. We got a 4th and about 7.
I'd say, yeah, about 4th and 7, 4th and 6. I think Driscoll's going for it.
Oh, you got
He's got faith in his defense.
Yeah,
They've been playing great.
Yeah, he's not going to gain much if he kicks it.
Ball's inside the 30.
And it's about 4th and 6 here for the Panthers. They're going to go for it with the short field.
Phelps is back there with Schwade. Are we going to see that pass again? Oh, pass was just deflected. Panthers are going to turn it over on downs. You're going to see the Green Wave take the field.
And pass deflected. I think it was Lavoisier was there. Ball's shy of connecting with Martell. It's going to bring up a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line.
So Abington's going to punt unless they've got a trick up their sleeve.
It's 1st and 10 for the Green Wave. At some point, I would say that they're going to air this ball a little bit because they had some luck in the first half at the very beginning of the game. Ball's handed off to number 4, and he took an awful hit.
And pitch to the outside, Will Klein.
If you notice on the defense
Beef.
Beefing on the play
for the
there.
Panthers, there's always more than one player making the play.
Yeah.
That was a big second hit by Beef. About a yard loss on the play. He's going to bring up second and 11.
There.
As I alluded to earlier, how'd you like to be playing in 18 degrees with this wind? Every hit's got to hurt. When you go home today and you're sitting around eating the turkey and trying to warm up, there's going to be some pain.
Well, but won't it feel different if you win?
Yeah, yeah, you feel better.
Quarterback's back to pass.
Oh, he
Throws it
slipped.
long.
He slipped on the throw.
Oh, call and pass interference.
We had a flag on the play?
Yes.
And also his pass.
Came from center
Oh,
field.
shy of tender receiver Colby Augusta.
Pass interference. The ball was looked like it was tipped.
Quarterback slipped when he was.
We do have a flag on the play.
Yeah, I saw him throw it from about the 40-yard line on the other side of the field. I don't know what he saw.
Looks like it's going to go against the Panthers. Gives Greenwave a first down. That's a big call.
Yeah, Billy Martell doesn't look too happy. So.
And there was pass interference called on the play.
Yeah.
Give Abington the first down. Move the ball up 15 yards.
One of those phantom calls that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I didn't. I must have been looking at something different. I didn't see that either. The ball was way short. I'm going to bring up first and 10 regardless for the Green Wave. Ball's handed off to number 4.
And Klein with the handoff. brought
Taken down by
Nicky
Connors, number 42.
He picked up about 6 yards and hung on to the ball.
Abington in a hurry up now.
Ball's handed off to 42, stopped right at the line of scrimmage by a host of Abington players. I mean, host of Panther players.
And Spry on the handoff. Packer Panthers there. Sweeney, Martell, Connors.
Going to bring up third down and about 4. Handoff again to number 42.
Yeah,
Looks like he's, depending on where the spot, I think he's shot.
I think he's a little short too. It's close.
Yeah, we got an injury down. Injury.
He's up.
It's going to be close.
Oh, 4th and 1.
I'd say Kelleher's got to go for it.
Oh,
yeah, no doubt. Under 5 minutes to go in the third.
Midfield.
Big stop here for the Panthers if they can get it. They have some big guys on the D-line, huh, for the Panthers.
Yeah, tall. They need some height.
So Abington lines up 4th and short.
Oh, I don't know.
Boy.
I don't know.
The
Depends on where the spot is.
That's a first down. The refs from the other side came in and
Yeah,
gave him a
he
first
gave him
down.
a good spot. Couldn't see the ball.
Did he give it to him?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the ref from the far side gave him a first down.
Looks like they might be going to measure it.
Oh.
No.
No?
No, I don't think they're going to take the time to measure.
No,
First down.
Abington does pick up the first down on the play there.
Why isn't the clock around? There it goes. They are in the hurry up.
Oh, you got a block here.
Another run, good run by number 22, Colin Larry.
Wraps him up.
Good for a Abington Green Wave first down.
Big first down, though, for Abington.
Well, I'm looking back at the pass interference call that he made back a couple of minutes ago that gave the Green Wave some life here.
Yes.
1st and 10 from the 30. Number 4 was trying to get outside.
To the outside.
Nice job at contain out there.
Tom George was able to contain him there.
About a 3-yard gain on the play. Second and about 7.
2nd and 7 here.
Stopped for a little bit of a loss at the line by a host of Panther defensive players. We bring up 3rd down. That was a big stop.
And the Panther defense there, nice.
3rd and about
Nice stand.
8. About a yard loss on the play. Defense came up big that time again.
Couple of big downs here for the Panthers. No doubt they'll go for it on 4th if they don't get it here.
Ball's handed off to number 4.
He's got it.
He's got that and more.
And Klein picks up the first down.
It'll be 1st and goal.
Tripped up inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9.
1st and goal from about the 9, I'd say.
Well, one thing's for sure, if the Abington does score a touchdown here, they will probably go for 2. So that's going to be another big play.
Yeah, they'll have to go for 2 to make it a 1 possession.
Big stop there by the D. Number 32, Brendan Frawley.
And nice defensive play by number 32, Brendan Frawley. Some of the cool kids call him Frawls.
Clock is winding down at the end of the 3rd period here, just over a minute. Handoff again to number 4.
Oh, he's got some yards there. He's down inside the
And
5.
Klein
Stopped by number 11,
dips through the line a little
Giuliani.
bit. But Giuliani there to bring him down.
On about the 4-yard line.
Clock running down in the 3rd.
3rd and goal from the 4-yard line.
You're right, Rich. We can't tell if Kelleher's hair is green or not because his hat's covering it.
And we got just about 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
The end zone's still pretty full. Quarterback fumbled the ball.
Big play.
Big play.
And
That's probably going to do it for the quarter, and it'll be 4th down. They're going to have to go all the way down the other end of the field.
Yeah, that's it for the 3rd.
Looked like Keith Sweeney got hurt on that play.
And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, but your Panthers lead this one still 16-0.
With 1 quarter to play here at Dennis M. O'Brien Field, the score is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 16, Abington Green Wave 0. Sweeney took a pretty good hit on that play. We've got 11 minutes of action left here.
So we got a fourth and goal here for Abington.
4th and goal. From about, I would say, the 7 or 8 yard line now after that stop. Might even been the 10.
Yeah, Abington.
Yep, looks
Abington
like the
really
ball's
needs
down.
a score here.
Yeah, down just inside the 10.
All right, well, it's 4th down. This is a big play. Quarterback's back. The pressure's on. And the pass, the receiver was wide open, and he just
I think he slid on the field.
slid on the field and dropped the ball.
Yeah,
that would have been good for a touchdown. He was all alone.
Yeah, I think we were both down on the field before the game. You could feel how slippery it was. So.
Well, it's 18 degrees, and there probably was a little bit of moisture on that field.
Panthers take over.
Panthers take over on downs. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line.
From the 10-yard line, I think.
Big possession change there.
Yeah, that makes it tough for Abington now. Unless they can hold here and turn it back, get it back quick.
Well, the Panthers got the win, so.
They've got a ball's handed off to number 42, Connors.
Mike Connors, yeah. Not much there, though.
It's going to be all about holding on to the football here, too.
Yeah.
Do not want to turn it over.
That will be the key.
Looks like he got ready to about back to the line of scrimmage, brings up 2nd and 10. They've got to get some first downs here if they want to run some clock. Second and 10. The Panthers had a completed pass today.
Yeah, they had a couple short ones. Oh, there's a run.
There goes Phelps.
Yeah. That's there's a first down.
Phelps gets about a 20-yard scamper to bring the first down.
He had one guy to beat. He
Yeah.
beat him. I think he was gone.
Potentially saved the touchdown there.
Get it out to the 25-yard line.
If they get some first downs and can run some clock, the clock is definitely in the Panthers' favor and not a good thing for the Green Wave. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he might have lost a yard.
Going to bring up 2nd. And about 11, Martell gets stopped for a loss.
Yeah, he lost a yard on that one.
Yeah, he did. Going to bring up 2nd and about 11. Schwade's working hard, hands the ball off. Nate Beef.
Beef, yeah, he's had some tough yards today. He's been hard.
Oh yeah. He's been working it out. Brings up 3rd and about 9 for the Panthers.
Gonna be 3rd and 8 for the Panthers here.
Well, the wind has definitely picked up again.
Yeah, you can see that.
Panthers not in any hurry here.
No. Another run.
You got a couple. That's Phelps.
Phelps dances his way
Gonna
forward.
bring up
Pick a
fourth
few
down.
more.
Fourth and about
It's gonna be
5.
about 4th and 6 here.
See Beath on the kick. I'd say they punt the ball. What are you thinking?
Oh, they're definitely punting the ball. Yeah, they ran 3 or 4 minutes off the clock. They flipped the field.
Hope he gets a good punt away and put the D back on the field.
Talon, you've been asked after we get done to lock down the gear up there in the building, come on down to the trucks. That way we can take a picture right after we're done.
Beats back, gets the punt away. It's a good punt. Fielded by number 4. He's taken down at just about midfield.
Yeah,
With 7 minutes to go in the third period, score is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 16, Abington Green Wave 0.
I believe it's the 4th, right?
Yes.
Fourth quarter, yeah.
Yep.
The crew working this Whitman Hanson Community Access production includes WHCA Executive Director Eric Dresser, Kevin Tocci, Ryan Tully, Amy Broderick, Carol Brewster, Paul Watson. Your director is Mark Rochito. And also we have James Cullity here with us today. And believe me, they're up outside on the roof and in the stands. It's cold running these cameras.
They've been here since 7 o'clock this morning, Bob.
That's amazing. Ball's handed off to number 22, runs for about a 5-yard gain, goes out of bounds.
I was actually here filming for my program, and I caught the truck with Kevin Tocci and Ryan Tully driving in at 7:03, I believe it was.
That makes for a long day when it's 18 degrees and you've got to set up the cameras, the cords, and everything. We just come up and make it look easy. Put on a headset, make sure the heat's running.
Yeah, I think that a lot of that goes unnoticed.
Exactly. So they do a great job. Quarterback's back to pass, throws it long after he takes a lick.
Grabs, incomplete.
Bossier's pass intended for Klein falls incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 5.
Got a little bit of a hit laid on him after he threw
Yeah.
that ball.
He threw the ball and took a bit of a lick.
Nate Beath, I believe.
Nate Beath's a big kid to be taking a hit from. Going to bring up 3rd and about 5. 6:48 left on the clock here. Ball's handed off to number 22.
Oh, you got the first down.
Good for the first down. Sweeney was the first initial stop.
Takes the handoff, picks up the first down.
Good for the first down.
Quinn Sweeney, first one to make contact there.
Sweeney's a tough kid. I mean, he took a pretty good hit.
We see a flag come in there? Where'd that come from?
Do we have a flag on the play?
Is that
there's
the feet of Quinn Sweeney out there?
Yeah, looks like. Oh.
I don't know what could have happened there. Dead ball against Abington.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unsportsmanlike.
What was the call? Unsportsmanlike
conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Coach Kelleher is livid.
They don't need
now.
that.
He is. He's ready
He's
to come
out on the
right,
field.
He's ready to come right down the field.
He's a big guy, too.
He's not happy.
And that's an unsportsmanlike conduct flag against Abington. That'll push him back 15 yards.
15-yard penalty. That's a tough one.
But they do keep the first down. It was after the play that it occurred.
That's a few of those,
frustration.
right? That's a few unsportsmanlike.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
in
a couple
both teams, yeah.
I don't think I've seen as many unsportsmanlike conducts or fumbles in one specific football game as today. But it's cold. It's tempers are everybody's playing here to win.
It'd be interesting to watch the the game later, Bob, and to see what happened in that play in the end zone, where the ball just seemed to sit on the goal line.
Yeah.
And nobody seemed to know where it was. It was like a fumble-rooski play that somebody invented. That Abington left the ball there for one of their guys to come pick up and run it back or whatever. But it was a strange play.
And there are blankets being sold, I believe,
That was
still
different.
down near the entrance. For $30, they are Whitman
It was a
Hanson blankets. They got
15-yard
the Panther
penalty.
logo that you see at the midfield.
But you'd already gotten the first down, so it's a
Yeah.
first down.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that. It's a 15-yard penalty, but
after
they
the
moved
play.
the change. It was after
Yeah,
the
it was a
play.
dead
Okay.
ball.
That's it. I'm looking, I'm going, why are the change move? What's going on? I'm confused.
Well, the clock is running again, too.
So it's 1st and 10. Quarterback took another little bit of a lick.
Oh, it's
I don't see any flags on the play.
They're both pulling each other, so I don't. How are you going to call that?
receiver's on the ground before the ball got there.
The Abington player just pulled the Hanson player down to the ground.
2nd down and 10. Clock stopped the action here with 6:12 left to play in the 4th period. Score is Panthers 16, Abington Green Wave 0. That penalty was a big penalty. After getting a first down, sets them back 15 yards.
Yeah, and if
2nd and down here for the Green Wave.
they're struggling to move the ball, so that really hurt them.
I think I said 2nd and down. I meant 2nd and 10.
Quarterback keeper
Yeah, that was a called play.
gets a first down or close to it. Tackle was initially made by Giuliani.
Giuliani initiates the contact there. Mikey Connors helps him out.
It's just short of the first down.
Yeah, the Panthers have been getting a lot of their pressure on the quarterbacks from the side. So I think the play call there was just to run straight up the middle.
3rd and short.
Clock running.
Handed off to number 22. He got to the outside. Then he gets stopped. He's good for the first down.
Yeah, he's
though.
got the first down.
To the outside, he picks up the first down.
Stop was made by Nixon.
Brought down by Sweeney and Nixon.
First down. Initial stop made by Giuliani, number 11.
And once again, Giuliani.
Brings up 2nd down. And about 9.
More pictures of the rally, Brian. Rally and power ball from the scoreboard.
2nd and 7 for Abington. And once again, we got more pictures from Tuesday's high school rally and the Powder Puff game, where the senior class defeated the juniors. Shout out to the class of 2019. I advise them. No big deal.
Nice stop on the play.
Yeah, Trongone was in there, got a piece of him early.
And Ryan Trungone, he sets up that one to help make another defensive stop for the Panthers.
Yeah, there was a big rally here at Whitman Hanson on Tuesday, but the juniors are protesting the senior win on the Powder Puff game. That's what I heard, Mr. Dempsey. Oh, it's yeah. The juniors are protesting. They're saying that there was a little bit of an edge there, so I think they're going to call Mr. Dempsey out on that when school starts back on Monday.
Room 357.
Pass made and complete to
Completed.
number 2. It's good for a first down.
Pass complete to Augusta.
Going to move the chains.
Picks up another Abington first down.
Clock's winding down. Shot run on the play, small gain.
And Leary again on the carry.
Going to bring up second and about 6.
And on the tackle.
Oh, ball's out.
Ball's fumbled. Looks like
Yeah,
it's
picked
recovered
up
by the
by
Panthers.
Nate Beath, yeah.
Beath recovers the fumble.
Yeah.
That.
That,
That's a giant play by Beath.
yeah. Now, under 3 minutes. Possession change. I think Abington's in a lot of trouble here.
And folks, while we have a moment here, we'd like to also congratulate and recognize all the Abington senior football players on a great season and a great 4 years. That includes Josiah Rosa, Matt Swan, Justin Murphy, Christian Lavoisier.
The offense for the Panthers is on the field with the first and 10 from about the 20-yard line.
Dylan Margarou.
They get a first down, a couple of first downs. This game will be over.
Mike Broomstein.
That's true enough. Was that Schwade up the middle?
Yeah, Schwade on the keeper for about 8 yards.
Yeah.
I'm sure Coach Kelleher's voice is probably getting a little hoarse because I can't hear him from up here, but he looks a little worked up over there.
Yeah. Not the way he was hoping the day would go, I don't think.
We want to thank Sue Moss, also give her a shout out for all these excellent pictures that you're noticing.
Looks like that run's going to be close for a first down. We got a helmet on the ground.
You can find all the pictures at
Connor's lost his helmet.
Where they are uploaded for free.
Going to bring up third and shot. They may even be measuring this. We got a timeout.
Calling a first down.
First down. First down.
And they're giving first down the Panthers.
First down, Panthers. First and 10. Minute 30 left in this contest.
Timeout, Abington.
Timeout with a minute 30 left. Second down. Panthers just took a knee. Second down here. Handoff is made to Beath.
Oh,
Beath is wide and he's in the open.
Oh, got him by the shirt tail.
Beath runs for a big first down, about a 30-yard gain. That was a big first down.
Huge first down.
All the exits are open.
Clock's running with just over a minute left to play.
Yeah, they're going to take a knee here. Run it down.
And as Panthers take a knee and run out the clock here, we want to remind all our fans, all the exits are open. Please pick up any trash.
Clock's running and 36 seconds left. They're going to have to snap the ball one more time, I believe.
Well, it's a good win for the Panthers. Tough day.
Real tough day. The final score from Dennis M. O'Brien Field on this Thanksgiving Day with the 108th playing of the Panthers and the Green Wave is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 16, Abington Green Wave 0. And from all of us, WHCA, we'd like to wish everyone a happy and prosperous Thanksgiving.
Yep. The end of another great season.